Hello, I'm back but with a makeup transformation this time. So today I'm actually transforming myself into a sugar skull Katrina for Dia de los Muertos. Feliz Dia de los Muertos, by the way. And I am actually starting out by putting on my purple contacts from Unique So, and I'm actually going to go ahead and braid my hair and put it across my forehead. Forehead, head. I don't really know how to really call this hairstyle. It kind of just happened once I started doing wigs and putting my hair up. Next, I'm going to apply my primer because I'm going to have a lot of makeup and I do have to mask out my brows again, so I'm going to go ahead and brush them up and apply a bunch of glue with my white setting powder on top. I want to make sure they're completely set, and I'm going to do the same thing on the other side, and I'm going to go ahead and apply that setting powder. After that is completely set, we are going to be applying this white Myron face paint, and I'm going to go ahead and just apply that all over my face as well as my neck, the area that is exposed of the shirt, because we are making our entire face and neck into a sugar skull slash type Katrina look, and the neck area as well is going to have the bones. So this part did take quite a bit, so I did have to speed it up slightly more for y'all. I did do this on stream again, so I am talking and that's why like my mouth is moving and stuff, but it's because I was streaming and I was, being interactive with the crowd. So I did start with using a sponge, and then after I moved on to using a brush, just a little bit of water, and then just smoothing out that area. You see me changing from the brush to the sponge, the brush to the sponge, because white is always super hard to apply and I do have slightly darker skin, so it takes a little bit more application. Afterwards, I grabbed a black eyeliner, liquid liner, and I started drawing out the face that I wanted to go ahead and do. There was just a lot of sketching out in template because there was going to be a lot of black incorporated in this. I was trying to stick more to a black and white Katrina look. There are so many sugar skull looks that have like a lot of color, but I did see one that was just absolutely gorgeous, and it had a just all black and white look, and I had never done that for myself, so I want to go ahead and give it a try. I drew out my eyes as well as the shape of the nose, and just kind of drew out the shape face as well, and then some lines at the bottom of my neck to go ahead and just map out where all the black was going to be. I also drew some mouth lines because I'm gonna have some teeth, and I started to use my NYX liquid liner to go ahead and draw out the teeth, but it was super hard, so I decided to go ahead and just pause that for a minute and start with the black eyeshadow. I used my black eyeshadow all over my eye and just carefully dabbled and made sure to not have any excess powder. I tried putting it all over my eyebrow, but my eyebrow wasn't masking out properly, so I will end up using my black Snazaroo paint to go ahead and completely cover my eyebrow, as you can see. But overall it did match in with the black eyeshadow. I applied the same process to the other eye, and I just carefully dabbled all over on the bottom and on the top of the circle that I had there, and then I applied my black Snazaroo paint as well to go ahead and completely cover up my eyebrow that was still exposed. My eyebrows were having quite some trouble with this look, and I do Dia de los Muertos looks every single year. Next, I'm using my NYX black liquid liner to go ahead and just quickly more define the eye holes that I decided to do, and just fix a couple imperfections that I had where one eye was bigger than the other. It's just like drawing on paper. Eyes never want to be perfectly even. Now I'm using my black Snazaroo paint to go ahead and apply all of that black on the sides of my face and give me more of a defined skull face. So I went ahead and did that all the way on the sides, and this was with a little brush. You could also use a thicker brush, but I found the strokes to be a lot easier with this smaller brush. Next, I decided to just go ahead and let that dry and continue drawing out my teeth with my NYX liquid liner. The teeth, I just went ahead and did kind of like a straight mouth, but in a way not so straight. And then I applied just a nice little line in between because I'm going to have the other layer of teeth right at the bottom. I started drawing out the other teeth more rounded. This part was a little bit tricky, but in the end it does end up coming out super good because you actually end up blocking out a lot of the sides with black eyeshadow as well. This is one of the many looks that I have seen when it comes to Dia de los Muertos makeup. My family is from Mexico, Sinaloa and Michoacan. I have never been for Dia de los Muertos, but I have always wanted to. So next I went ahead and did the actual like neck. So I went ahead and grabbed started drawing just like little rectangles going down and then this little triangle at the very bottom to go ahead and connect. And afterwards I went ahead and grabbed my Snazaroo palette again, filled in my nose, and started filling in the left side of my face with black Snazaroo paint. Make sure to get inside your nose holes, like just the inner area, so it doesn't look really weird, and just properly shape out the nose how you want it to. I decided to do the 2 halves, but some people do like a full nose as well. Next, I continued to add the black Snazaroo paint on my neck, the right side, and I decided that I'm going to do Snazaroo black paint all on that part of my neck to give me more of like a hidden look. I went ahead and thickened the lines of my mouth that I put around the teeth with my NYX liquid liner as well, and now I'm using a sponge to go ahead and continue that black application on my ears as well as the rest of my neck that is showing in the front of the screen. So you could do all the way to the back of your neck as well, but I only did the front portion. I then went in with a brush to go ahead and get the really hard to get places around the little rectangles of the neck, so I didn't get black paint into those areas. I went back into the brush just to make back in with a sponge just to make sure that I blended out everything, and I went back in with a brush on my ears to make sure I got inside my ears as well. Now I grabbed some black eyeshadow and started filling in around my mouth, exactly how I was telling y'all. It actually ends up looking really cool because you are going to be defining your mouth a little bit more. I started shading that in and then kind of only doing it halfway where both sides had a very defined look, kind of like as if I was smiling, but it was open in a way. It's kind of hard to describe, but I used black eyeshadow in a very small brush to go around the teeth and not get black eyeshadow inside the teeth. Just be careful to not have any spillage and blow your brush if you need to, and just nicely define it. I then added some little pretty much highlight lines on the neck as well as around the mouth. I put this headpiece that I made on, and then I applied some purple across my forehead as well as on those little highlight lines that I made and on my neck. And this is pretty much the final look. You will see that I apply like a little shawl over my head as well afterwards, and that is pretty much it. I hope y'all did have a wonderful Dia de los Muertos, and thank you so much for watching this. And yeah, I hope you have a wonderful day, and please make sure to like and subscribe. If you want to see the final photos, they are on my Instagram, so go ahead and check that out in the link below. And don't forget I stream on Twitch every Wednesday and Friday. Alright, I'll see y'all next time. Bye, and Feliz Dia de los Muertos!